Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to today's review, lesson 219. I'm finding that there's this unlocking happening within myself and also around. And our review has been focused on I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And every single time we affirm this thought to ourselves, we are truly allowing it to become part of our mind, part of our new perception, our way of seeing, our way of being. And for me, everything that had to do with the body was what drove me to my initial awakening, to my complete surrender and acceptance of God's will. And so now we are here today remembering that I am not a body and to truly accept the wholeness of being a soul. And so this means that we are not like a two-part person, we're not a three-part person, we are literally an eternal soul that cannot die. And this awareness the ego does not like. The ego does not want anything to do with this at all, because the ego's identity is wrapped up in the body and tries to get us to focus on the body to listen to it. So that's why it uses sickness, and it uses pain, and it uses addiction, and it uses relationships, and everything that can intertwine with the body. And so over the last week or so, or however long we've been doing these lessons, these review lessons, I have been finding that every little last bit of identity with the body is coming forward to be looked at, to be seen, and thus be handed over to the Holy Spirit for reinterpretation. Because ultimately we see ourselves in this world through the eyes of the body first, until we receive the reinterpretation of the Holy Spirit, so that we see through the eyes of Christ. And seeing through the eyes of Christ is our natural vision that we share as being God's children, as being God's eternal souls. And so this is where we're moving forward today. And it was funny, before I even turned on this camera, I'm like, okay, is the hair okay? Is, everything's set up okay? We're in our new semicircle here at our new place. So this is where, the videos are going to be done from now on. I'm focusing on the form. There's a lake behind us, or rather a river behind us, and all the nature and the beauty. And I'm like, ooh, I want to capture that, but it's too sunny, so I can't have the blinds open. And, just all of these thoughts were running through my head. And then it wasn't until I was stopped and I was like, whoa, who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for other bodies who are going to judge my body and the surroundings that are around me? Or am I doing this to the one Son of God? And in that reminder, I was still for a moment, called upon Jesus, and I was like, all right, speak to me and through me for whatever is most helpful for all of us here. And this is what's streaming forward at this time. And this is what I'm realizing with these videos and the daily lessons, is that this is where my curriculum is set up for my highest learning right now. Learning to be a vessel of communication for God, and to truly not interfere with that communication with my own ideas. And just because we have our own ideas that do pop up in our head, and just because we do have distractions of our body that take place during the day, doesn't mean we've done anything wrong. Doesn't mean we're guilty for anything. Doesn't mean we're less enlightened. Doesn't mean we're less of a student or a teacher of the course. It really is just our lessons presenting itself for us to receive correction for them. And so this is what I'm softly being reminded of every day, that, just to be patient and to be still and to listen as often as possible. And then in that listening, we move beyond the chatter of the ego that's connected with the body, and we hear the presence of our Father's voice instead. And that can come in so many ways, not necessarily even a booming voice, but through our brothers and sisters, and through nature around us, and in our quiet contemplation, maybe even through hooking up a random book or opening the course or wherever it might be. God speaks to us in limitless ways. And so we are learning to be open to that and to receive that. And so this is where kind of our focus is. So it's kind of beautiful that when I look down after I kind of was spun, and then I was like, okay, come back. Who am I speaking to? Let me remember the Son of God. Then I'm going to give the message to the Son of God, and then that is, outside of the body. But then as I look down here, the review is obviously I'm not a body, I'm free, for I'm still as God created me. But then we're reviewing lesson 199, which is I am not a body, I am free. So it's kind of perfect that the lesson for today is intertwined with everything that is being experienced. And this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. You know, it just again shows that God's plan is perfect, and it's set up, you know, for our highest learning and our greatest good always. So with that being out there and expressed, I love you all. So I'm going to read today's lesson and let us all come into that place of stillness where we remember what we are as God created us to be instead of what we made for ourselves. So we're moving beyond the character, the personality, the body, the world, and we're allowing ourselves to rest into the eternal presence of peace that is beyond all our thinking thoughts that identify with everything we see with our physical eyes. So here we go. Lesson 219. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. As I am saying this and affirming this reality, I am also being reminded that every time we affirm it, that it truly is becoming implanted in our subconscious mind. It is truly being activated in our mind to be a constancy in our life and experience, to see through the truth of the statement that I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And we can call upon this at any time of need. And every time we do, that repetition is what becomes our natural reality, because we bring it into our life through choice, through conscious choice. That's where some people may say, you know, affirmations are helpful. Well, this is one of them. And the more we say it, the more we say it, the more we believe it, the more we believe it, the more we experience it, the more we experience it, the more that it is, the more we are it. And so this is where we're slipping into today, the isness, the beingness of what we are beyond these words, but these words take us there. So I'm not a body, I am free, for I'm still as God created me. And our thought to carry with us throughout the day, I am not a body, I am free. I am not a body, I am free. I'm not a body, mind, spirit. I'm not a body and a mind. I'm not a body and a spirit. I am spirit, working through the mind of God. And so our reality is free. Our soul, our spirit is free. So I'm not a body, I am free. And our beautiful prayer, I am God's son. Be still, my mind, and think a moment upon this. And then return to earth without confusion as to what my Father loves forever as his son. Let's read this again, as this is directions from Jesus to us directly. I am God's son. Be still, my mind, and think a moment upon this. And then return to earth without confusion as to what my Father loves forever as his son. And so we are all asked to do this today. Be still, my mind, and think a moment upon this. I am God's son. And as we leave this world a moment and reflect upon this thought, we come back to this earth without confusion of what our Father loves as his son. And this is where our peace and joy are found, in this reality. This is where our purpose is found, in this reality. And so it is. I love you, beautiful souls. Enjoy today's lesson. Bye.